that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
That information is not available.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.
Morning, morning, morning. How you doing? Let's just get over to the main window. I wonder if you're okay.
No good deed goes...
Yeah, that's what happens if you cut your intro down. You get caught out. Let's just see if I got some audio. No. Is it okay? I wonder if you're okay.
No good deed goes...
Yeah, that's what happens if you cut... Okay, it seems to be okay. Alright then. So, what is going on today? I'm just chilling, doing what I like doing, playing around with the UI. Well, programming it, yeah, sort of. Anyway, so it's number 5, actually, is this number 5? Number 5 in, number 75 of 5 of the series of, they've got series within series going on here. Got a main series, then we've got a series, and to top it all, we got a series on offshoot of 3D printing. Crazy. Oh well. Hooking up the cat commands to the width, shift, notch, and contour. So anyway, I don't really know what the width, shift, and contour was all about up until recently. Never really used it. Just wasn't seemed to be accessible easily. Even from my 710 was a bit fiddly, but you can do a little bit more with the mouse on the 710. I've got my mouse plugged into my 710 with external monitor. So the 891, you can get to it all there, but it's all on different screens. So what we've done, we've put the filter section all on the same screen. Don't know if that's good or bad. It's goes away from the way you used to do it a little bit. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is I do need to tidy this up. I need to have a fixed filled top, what's it called, trapezoid in the middle, fixed just about there, and what we do is we alter this against the fixed background. So we show you the normal width. Now that normal width will change depending on whether you're looking at CW, sideband, or whatever. Anyway, let's just see what we got. Right, so last stream we had ended up with a problem when we dragged the width down. No, it wasn't the width, it was the notch. We pull that notch down to about here. Then it's stuck at 1000. So I've tried AI to find out where the problem is. It's tried 2 or 3 times, and it's not really found the problem. So I'm gonna have to find it myself by the looks of it. So let's just say hi to anyone watching. Okay, so let me just load up the program. And there it is. It'll take a little while to boot up. I've updated my OBS and it's changed the volume mixers to horizontal. I suppose you could change it back. I'm just not used to it that way, that's all. Oh well, it's more of a traditional mixer desk like that. I remember putting in error, so I knew where I got to from the next one. Okay. So yeah, so I know where I got to, so I'm going to just put that in there, temporarily get rid of it for a minute. We're going to boot this up and see if we can track down this problem. I can't rely on AI tools anymore. they're not really, they seem to be getting worse. They did have their moment of genius at some point, so I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, right, so we need to grasp this by the horns. So the default state is not right. So what we need to do, at the minute we've got a one-way system where when we move these, drag them, it's sending it to the radio only, so we're not reading it. So the reason they're all bunched up, this is its default state. So because we're not reading it from the radio, it doesn't know where to set itself. So I could go ahead and set it manually. I suppose we could do that when we initialize it. But that has got to have a lot of work done to sort out the limitations. So anyway, I need to work out one thing at a time. I'm just trying to get, we've got the width and the shift working, sending to the radio the right values, and we've got the contour to get sending yet, and we were working on this notch. The notch works alright from there to there, but when you come down to here it starts, if I turn the send off, if I drag this around, you can see down here the BP. For notch it's BP, don't know why. It's just to be more confusing. So your notches aren't sending out BP 001. There it is. So I'm sending it out 8. Actually, the radio's not on, so let me turn the radio on. I thought about putting a little webcam, a camera in front of the radio. I could do that, so you can see the display. So you can see me dragging this, and it drags the display. Anyway, I haven't really got the desk space for that at the minute, which is a shame. Yeah, this is a bit of a shame. Oh well. Right. So if I drag, now this is not connected to the COM port, so I'm going to have to stop it and start it again. I'm being spammed by a phone on a Sunday morning. What could this possibly be? Ah. It's a colleague. Actually sent me a picture of a train. He likes his model railway. I'll have a look at that later on. He shouldn't be awake yet, he should be in bed still. Right. So, let's just go to SSB. So we've got let's just turn these things off. Width. Oh, yeah. So the default value for being off is really not working out well. Oh well, we'll leave that on. So we've got this bit here, and let's turn off the send. So down here, if we get to the middle, we see something like notch 1161. That should be really 1600. That should be 3200. Yeah. Oh, 320. Sorry, that's right. 320, and you times it by 10. The 1 just means you've switched it on and off. Well, it tells you the mode you're in. So we come down to the middle, and we should see 160. That's down here now because I stopped it. Yeah, 160 times 10. Now if we come down, we still have to come down here. So we've got 1138, then we come down a bit further. We've got 1136 because we're coming down. And let's come down a bit further because I've stopped the scrolling. I have to keep going down the bottom. 1123. Right. We won't get the full width because we literally haven't opened the width up. It thinks that's the full width, so it's doing it against the full width. Oh my god. So 1106, it'll get clamped at the 1000. 1110. So we've got another few hundred to come back. So 1000. So if I come down further like that, it's still going to be 1000. Yeah, it's stuck at 100 times 10. So this drag is no longer dragging, and it's coming up question mark there. So it's not liking something or other. I'm asking, yeah, I don't really know what's going on because AI created it under my instruction, and now there's no tracking it. So we need to look at the routine for it now. AI's looked at it two or three times and hasn't managed to track down the problem. So basically we need to reverse engineer it back. So let's just go from position to position. So we've got some notches going on up here. Let's go 200%. Right, let's give it a background because we can't really see what's going on. So we'll go grid background. I'm just going to make it black for now. That'll do, just so we can see what's going on. And we're going to go down to the thumbs bit, which is, I think, down the bottom. Here it is. So the thumbs. So there's your notch. It's one we're interested in. And it does. The first thing it does is the notch thumb delta, which then we need to decouple that really from what is any kind of calculation. So here's your notch thumb delta. All we want to do with this is physically track the thumb across the width. I'll tell you what we'll do though. Let's have some fun first. And let's create a trapezoid that we can look at. So let's work out where we're going to put it. That's your control canvas. Right, so here's the section. Contour, and we got a notch. Right, left side trapezoid. So what we want is a filled segment that independent. So that's the noise blanker section. Here's the graphics. So here we want a bit of graphics that's nothing to do with the dragging that sits behind. So let's reproduce this trapezoid section here. So we're going to copy this. I'm going to put this up into the actually it can go in this section here, I think. Yeah, so we'll just put it in this section here. Or should we give it its own? No, let's put it in this one. Right, so we created a new path. It's going to have an error on it because the X names are already in use. And we don't want any X names this time because we're not altering it. It's going to be a fixed grey background similar to the 710's trapezoid shape. So we'll sort that out. And at least give us a frame of reference. Right, so it won't have it might have a stroke actually. Will it have a stroke? No. We might not want a stroke, so I'm going to make it transparent a minute. Transparent stroke. Stroke thickness won't matter. Visible, yeah. Shadow depth. We could have a shadow depth. We don't really want that colour. Let's have a black. No, let's not have a shadow depth. Tell you what, we'll just hide it for a minute. Right, so we're going to start with the geometry. So that's all we need. We need the fill. So we do need a fill on it. There we've got a stroke. Can we get a fill out of it? I'm not sure if you can get a fill. Yeah. So we're going to fill it slate grey for now. Okay. I'm not seeing anything appearing yet. So, it says it's visible. No, it's because we've drawn a line. Right, so trapezoid. So let's figure it out. We go from start point, which is over here. Then we have to go across. I thought it's got 2 start points, isn't it? Let's try and let's make the stroke a weird colour. Let's say pink, so we can see if we can see it. Oh, I can't see it at the minute. That looks pink. Don't know. So stroke thickness we'll make. Well, let's make it thick for now. That's it, so we can see it. Yeah. Okay. So that just goes straight across. Let's try it messing around. So we need to go across the X direction. Say 180. It's not going to show us, is it? See, we're all on 51 at the minute, flat lining. So if we go 51, then we go back up, say 1. Alright, that seems to be the start point. No. Right, so we've moved that. That's it. Slowly, we're getting there. Right, we don't need the stroke thickness to 10 now. We're about 1. That's okay, it's already filled. Okay, well, let's make the fill black. Oh, you can't see black on the background. Okay, let's make it red then. Fire brick red. Right, the stroke looks a bit weird, doesn't it? The fill seems to be stuck over it. Right, so it seems weird. It's probably folding back on itself. So we know we've got to start there. We've got to come over to about somewhere, decide where the start is. Now at the minute, the start is there. So we don't want that because we want to be able to shift across the start. So let's move. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get rid of the inner fills a minute. And that takes us all the way to the end point. So we'll need to put 1 in there. And we want to move across, so let's say 2. That's sort of flat line, doesn't it? So 1's too much for it. So let's come back. I don't know what size it would be. Say 31. That's not too bad. Okay, we need to make that go further across. Right, yeah, we've got a bit of a problem because that needs to start over here. So we do need to put in another one at the same point, just here, and call it 84 and start at 51. So this one then needs to move over from the same point. Ah, that's okay. So we need to move that to. There we go. That's something like what we're after. It's a bit too steep. Of course, we've got to get all this to match up. So what we can do, let's just have a look. No, it's not showing me. It's flat. The default was all flat line, so we're going to have to guess this out. So we'll start. We've got to decide where we're going to start, where the shift is. Visually, a trapezoid going like that across and down would be enough. Then you can shift this way and that way. So I think from there to there. Right. So let's shift that over. That's too much. So we could find out which one of these lines is. Yeah, so we want to start from there. Let's have a look at that one. And which one is it? I can't see the highlight. Can you? Oh, which one is it? What have I just selected? Why is it not showing me the one that's selected? Showing me all of them. Right, so top 52. Left is. I don't know why it's not showing me. That's one polygon. Oh, it's here. Oh, is that the one? That's the one there. I can just about see the highlights on it. So 54. So 1 and 54. So it's 2, 3, 5. Okay, 2, 3, 5. Let's go back here. So this one needs to be 2, 3, 5. Yeah, that brings it to there. It's a bit of a steep angle, so let's go. I don't know, 2, 2, 6. Still too steep. Well, not steep enough. Sorry. Not steep enough. That's probably a little bit too steep. I'll tell you what, let's switch the FT-710 on and have a look. Try and guesstimate the angle. Oh, it's quite steep, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite steep. So I'll tell you what, let's go a bit more. Is it that steep? It's probably that steep. Probably a bit more on that as well. So we could probably go to, I don't know. Is that too much? It's not too bad. It's a little bit too much. Not enough, sorry. Should we keep it like that? No, let's just go 40. Right, okay. So we want a width. So we need to know the difference between there. Well, that one and the next one. So we can either guesstimate it or we can use this rail here, which one's not high? Ah, this one here. So 405. Okay, so 405. So then we need to go to let's just say 405. It's the wrong one, I know. Minus 5, so 400, and then we want to come down to 405 like that. Yeah, so there's our trapezoid that sits between the markers. Doesn't look quite right, does it? No, it needs to shift over a little bit. So we'll go 6, 41, 401, and 6. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Looks a bit strange though. Oh well. And the slate grey is too much. So let's start. It's too light. So dark slate grey. What's that look like? Looks green. Ah, it's bleeding over from the green. Right, that's weird. Okay, so dark slate grey is no good. Okay, so we'll do a hash 66, and then we'll go black, 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 and we're sort of semi-transparent. Let's come up. We don't want that. Sorry, we should have gone 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and gone up in brightness. It's showing it through, isn't it? That's okay. Now the walls don't look right to me on there, even though they're the same as. Let's have a look at what they're like on. They're more steeper on the 891. They're a lot steeper. So we'll go a little bit different. So what we'll do is we'll start from there. We'll go over another 2. So add 2 to that, so 3. Add 3 to that, so 4. Oh no, take it off. So hang on, so take 3 off. So 3, 9, 8. That's better. And then we need to do something with this. Oh no, that still goes to the same point. Now that side looks more steeper than this side. Don't know why. Let's see. Right, so 2, 3, 6. So 4, that's 7. And then we go across 7 back from, yeah, that is too steep. So I'll tell you what, let's give it one more. 44. Yeah, that looks better. And that's 7. So we've got 6 between. We've got 8 across, and we're going 8 again. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So the fill, we just need to make the fill slightly different. No, I don't like that at all. Hang on then. Not liking that. So now the problem is we've got a different background. God, what should we do? Hang on then. Right, okay. So the stroke thickness is a bit weird. No, I don't know why I've got like a double stroke going on it. It's weird. It's like a double line. Okay, let's tell you what, let's get rid of the stroke. Stroke thickness 0. Oh, it's still got a blue line around it. Is that the selection? So I wasn't looking at the right thing. I was looking at a selection. The blue line is just a that's better. The blue line was just a selection. That's fair enough. Okay. Right, we'll have a look at that. Let's see what it looks like. Obviously, the black background is supposed to be transparent. So let's find out what the normal black background colour is and make it like that, because it's difficult to work on when it's transparent. Oop, no, don't want 200%. Right, so I've just got to find this exact colour. And canvas tab style. Has that got the colour? Let's have a look. Go to the definition. Background's transparent, so that's not the colour I was after. So somewhere down here there'll be a colour. Oh, if that's transparent, then we need to look at the background. going back further. That one, that's the one with the colour. Default canvas style. Go to the definition. Still transparent, so that's not showing me the colour either. So let's go up the tree, up to the parent. Or is it down? No. View box. No. Go up some more. I've got to go right to the parent. There, because it's like Swedish dolls, where you eat little models. You go put one inside the other, a smaller size, and keep going and keep going. A drawer within a drawer within a drawer. So I'll possibly set this colour. I don't know where I've set this colour. Backlight rectangle, is that the one? Alright, maybe that's the one. Let me just put a number in there, like I don't know, 55. Yeah, there it is. So we just want all the fours. That's okay, all the fours. So let's just make this. Oh, I wasn't that far away, was I? Oh, that was a stroke, sorry. Stroke? Oh yeah, that's the fill. Yeah, so that's it. So that can't be the same as the background. So undo that. And it's the top I'm looking for. There it is. So that needs to be all the fours. So 44, red, green and blue. And it needs to have a hash in front of it. That's it. So that's the same colour. So that shows me this fill is the same colour. It's no good to us. So we need to make that a slightly different colour. Maybe darker. Let's go darker. So to go darker, we can... we're semi-transparent now. I don't think we need transparent anymore. We will need to put the text above it though. So to go darker, we'll just go to, let's try 333333. What's that like? It's not too bad. It's actually a gradient. When I go onto this 710, it's actually a gradient. So if I do a shift, so I'm going to shift it. That's not shifting it. No, it's shifting. No, it's gone back to level again. That's the most annoying, isn't it? Yeah, so the shift, trying to get the shift on a 710 to go. It's flashing hertz. You don't do the function that you do selection, you do another control. That's where the problem is. Right. So it's leaving the background, it's shifting the frame around it. So basically we'll do the same with this, I think. So we want a gradient going from light grey to dark as it comes down. Okay. So let's do a fill. So we want a gradient there. So the fill is no good. So I should be able to do, I'll do a fill effect, not a path effect. Will it let us do a fill effect? I'm not sure. Let's try path fill. So it's called path fill. Right. So we want a path fill effect. It won't like it because I've already got a fill. Can't set the same property more than once. So that will be okay. Now we want a, it's not a blur we want, it's not a drop shadow, it's a gradient fill. Right, let's just use AI for what it was designed for, a lookup tool. Small simple stuff to save me looking. Right, WPF, C sharp. Right, gradient from gradient fill from top to down. Right, let's have a look. What's it showing me? Here, linear gradient brush. That's it. So we want that one. Okay, that's all we need. So we'll pop that in there. Right, so we got it, but it's the wrong colours. So we're going from slate grey to what's it look like? It's almost black, isn't it? Black. That's nice. It looks a bit like the yeah. You got your stroke now. Your stroke won't be there really. It'll be similar to that. Yeah, it's just a background marker that when I go on to the 710 and I do the shift, it leaves the background behind on its own, and it's a white line actually that moves. We could get rid of the we could make it white. Okay, we'll leave it as it is though. Right, let's just see what we got there. So we haven't affected the program anything. All we've done is a bit of a background. We've blocked out the text, the label for it, but I don't really want the label anyway. Now let's just have a look at it. So we've got frame of reference now. We know where the default thing is. So obviously I've made it different to this, but I wanted it. I made it smaller, haven't I? So this has got to track the perimeter of that. It shouldn't be too difficult to translate it. And it does look smaller now, but to be fair, it's not that big on the real 710. They are taller though. It does go taller. So I think we'll make it taller. It needs to be taller. So we'll probably go to where that is now. Let's go taller. So what we wanted to do is we just go down. We don't need the path fill effect anymore. So we're going to make it taller. So instead of going to 51, sorry, yeah, instead of going to 31, we want to go taller. So that's making it less. That's probably okay. There we go. Nice bit of taller. Let's just see. Trial and error, unless we find that the real height, but it's done in code behind it. It's calculated. I could find it, but in fact, I could just as well set. I'll tell you what. Well, we could set it in the code. That's not a bad guess, is it? So you get that in the middle. Obviously, my slants aren't the same. Right, so now I'm not liking the green anymore. So I think we'll make it white. Yeah, let's make it white. And I'll probably have to make them white as well. It was white going back initially. It used to be white. Oh, I've just held the button. I held the button on the screen. It switched the radio off. I forgot about that. Right, so we'll go up to here. So we haven't got a stroke thickness of red. We could have a red stroke round it. Let's try a red stroke round it. Might look better, I don't know. We'll try that temporary. What else we got? So we're going to change the line. So the line is done down on the path sections. There's your colours, and you've got your colour effect. I don't know if we need a colour effect on it. It just blurs it out, doesn't it? So anyway, let's do the bit we're after. Main section. So I'll take off the shadow and we'll make it white. Okay, so we've got white, and the stroke thickness is quite thick. I don't think it needs to be that thick. Let's take it off to 1. Maybe it's that thick so you can drag it. I don't know. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, no worries. Okay, it looks a bit weird now because it's sat behind. For some reason it looks smaller now. So obviously we've got to sort out these angles. But it needs to snap to it, doesn't it? Oh, it is probably... No, it is snapping. It's already snapping to the nearest pixel. That's okay. 10 things at a time. So let's sort this white line out next. So the sides, we know it's 8. Between there and there, it's only 8 pixels. Now we'll have to go in the code behind for this bit. It's update the thumb positions. Alright, is there any slant value on this? This is a problem. It's been written not by me, some of it under instruction from me. Not sure what's that. Update the thumb positions. So it's probably the waveform, is it? Go to the waveform. Right, so border, current. See, this wording is not. I would label it better. Left shoulder X. Center width plus half width. Right, okay, so half width. Where's that coming from? Half width is a math center width. Current base left X. Current base right X. Left shoulder X minus fixed slope width. There we go. Just find the fixed slope width. Where is that? It's not there. It must be at the top of the screen. Go to the definition. Oh, it's in the top. Oh, it's actually in. Yeah, it's in the code behind. So it's saying 20. Let's say 8. Let's have a look. See if that sorted it out. That looks better, doesn't it? Right, so it's sort of matching. It sort of matches that now, doesn't it? Yeah. I've got 2 lines though. Don't think we need the red now. For some reason, the line's quite thin, isn't it, compared to the other lines? Does it matter? Yeah, probably matters. But that looks like it's behind it. Oh, it's probably not behind it. It's probably not on the right line because we've made it thinner. So it needs to, yeah, sort of go on top better, doesn't it? But we've got a red line. We're starting from there and we're going all the way. Yeah, we've got a red line there because our start point is different. So, do we want the red line all the way across? What have we got here? Let's have a look. No, we've got no line, so right, okay. Let's change that then. Let's change the red line. So the start point needs to be, no, that's not the right one. Hang on, it's this one here. Yeah. Actually, this is yeah, this is not the main section. Let's make this what it is. So this is the the fixed background trapezoid. There we go. So we want to start from 236. 236 51. So we could probably lose that one, maybe. Yeah, could lose that one. So we've got going up and across. Then we go to this. So we go up there, across and down. So that's all we need for that. So that gives us a cleaner line. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. Trial and error. And we have to compile the program every time, make a change. It takes a little time. Right. So we've got, yeah, it's not snapping, is it? My snap is not snapping, so yeah, it needs to snap to it, and it needs to switch off at that point. Yeah, so we need to tell it what the width of the snapping is. So then we need to shift this around. At the minute, let me just see how far we can shift it, so we can get it to the same idea. How far can you shift? It actually only shifts just under half the way left and just under half the way right. So at the minute I've got more shift. Yeah, I've got more shift than I need. It only lets you go to about there and there, but I can keep going. So we don't really want that. So we've got a choice. Let's have a look. So we can either start it there or halfway. Yeah, so if I brought it to there, yeah, so if I brought it to there, that would be about right. And if I brought it to there, oh, there, yeah. Right, let's bring it back to the next one then. It looks, I've got a smaller area on the 710 squashed, and we've got a wider area. So let's just alter that. So we need to find this one, which is, where is it? There, that one. So 192. Okay. 192, and then this one will be it's not letting me find it. It's finding that one, which is this one, so it'll be the next one. 192 and 448. Right, okay. Right, here we go then. So no, let's not do that one yet. Hang on, hang on. So this one wants to be 192, and this one wants to be 448. Yeah, and we need to find out what the difference was. Oh, we need 8 between there, so that needs to be 200. And this one needs to be 440. Now that trapezoid looks a bit sharp now, but yeah, it looks bigger. Okay, it's right now. So let's just try it out again. Andy. Thanks, mate. You okay? Good morning. Oh, what's happened? I was typing and it took me away from it. How you doing, mate? Okay. I'm stuck in the house on a nice summer's day. I should be out on my radio or something. What a shame. Yeah, gotta make it look better. Yeah. Get it making sense. So we should be able to widen if we set that to like that roughly, and if I move it this way, that is actually where it goes to. If I come this way, and that's about it. Yeah, that is actually it. So the red line, I don't think we need the red line, do we? Let's get rid of the red line. So the stroke we'll set to 0, which will give us just that background. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm definitely going to DX Commander Fest on Saturday, next Saturday. I'm going to buy a pole, I think. He's got 20% off. I've seen a video a couple of days ago. He's got 20% off, so I don't know if I'm going to buy the kit. Just going to buy a pole, I think. I'm just going to buy a pole. Right, so we can go this way and we can go that way. Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it? Yep, it looks about right. Okay. We need to get rid of the text and all this other stuff. Right, so the white line, it's not showing a bright white line anymore, is it? Since we seem to be behind something. We've got a dotted line. Yeah, okay, been watching for same time, just had to say hi. Oh, watching for some time, yeah, no problem, mate. Always welcome. More the merrier and all that lot, you know what I mean? Yeah, no problem. So anyway, I'm up early. Well, I was up early, but I was up late as well, so now this needs to snap to there, doesn't it? So I don't know how I'm going to get to snap to that. So that's done in the code behind. But the white line's not nice. It's not crisp and bright. Let's get that white line crisp and bright. It is there, but there's a funny dashed line. I wonder where it's getting that dashed line from. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? It's got a dashed line. Or maybe I've got another polygon fill underneath it, which we don't need. Hang on. That's that one. Let's find. Oh, there's that one. Right. So, is there another one? Oh, no, I think it's done after. Not sure where that's done now. Let's have a look. Can we select it? Right, here it is. Grey. Ah, it's semi-transparent. Right, so 51. That's the right height. What about if I just get rid of that a minute? Let's have a look. That's gone. Don't know what that did. Didn't actually do anything. Let's have a look. Yeah, I wish I could take all my stuff I built 3D printed. I wonder if I take a little table, it'll let me just set up. Don't need power, just gonna chuck the stuff. There's nothing for sale, it's just show the wares or what I made, put it onto a little collapsible IKEA table. Take 4 legs, screw the legs on, and I wonder if they'll let me just set it up. I don't know. Don't want to be stuck there really, but I mean, I don't know. Right, still no good, is it? Let's have a look. There's a funny dotted line, look. Yeah, he will. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. How am I going to get a table in the car? Get legs, tables. It needs to be a collapsible thing, doesn't it? Alright, that might be a problem. So me and the missus are going, so I don't want it stuck in the middle of the car, pushing on our shoulders while we're trying to relax. So that line, actually it doesn't show a line. on here it doesn't show a line. On the shift, on the... No, it doesn't show any other line, and there's one underneath it with numbers on it. Right, so if you go... Okay, so there is a centre point. There's some livery. So we do need to create that livery. Pasting table, yeah. Yeah, I've got a pasting table, but it's been in the garage for that long. I think the garage has got a leak, so it's probably soaked through. Could buy one, I suppose. Just trying to think, what have I got here? Anyway, got loads of IKEA tables with a screw-on legs. Don't want to... Would that go in the... Actually, that would go in the back of the van. Sorry, back of the car with the back seat down, probably. Yeah, it might be an idea. Yeah. And if he says no, then he says no, then I'll just leave it in the car. No big deal. Right, so we need to get rid of this line here. We don't want that one at all. So I'm going to have to try to find that line. So it's underneath this line, so it's probably next to this one. So it's next to that one. So which one am I on? I'm on this one. So right, let's go up in case it's one of them. We already found one, didn't we? Oh, no, it's gone. Further down maybe. There it is. So we've got a grey line. I wonder what that one does. Oh, that's down the bottom. That's the bottom line. So what's this one then? Well, that was the top one, wasn't it? You can't tell. Okay, so what's this one? Maybe that was it. Yeah, that could have been it, couldn't it? 0. Canvas left, I don't know. Or was that the top? I don't know what it was. Ah, it's a top line. Yeah, keep that one. Right, so that wasn't the line, was it? I don't know anymore. That's a faded line, so... Right. Right, so it's none of them. Let's go up the top. Right, it's got to be one of these then. So 84, find one at 51. One at 51. 52. 84. 0. So there's a line there and a red line. I don't know. So these are them. None of these then. None of them. What about that one? That's that one. That's that one. So it's still not pointing to the one in question. No, none of those. None of them. Not that one. Not the bottom one. So I don't see it. Not seeing it. Oh, we've got a line there. That's just a line on its own. Didn't see anything happen there, did you? Let's have a look at that. Maybe that was it. Dear God, groggy. I understand why people drink whiskey now. Just to clear your throat, I think. Thin it out like thinners. Oh, is that the line that's just got... Yeah, that was the line. Okay, so that was the one. I seem to have lost one down here though. Right. So we'll lose that one. Didn't seem to see. Oh, that's the dashed one. Yeah, that was the one. Stroke dash. Right, okay. Now, so that means we can put the other one back. Don't know what that line was, but we'll put it back. Yeah, it's a lot of messing around on this, isn't it? But yeah, a lot of messing around. But what can you do? I always get the wrong one there, don't I? That's better. So you just put that line back. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Okay, so I've shifted it that way. So the shift's sort of working. Yep, so it's sort of there, but it's the step in's not quite right. Now I either alter mine to match this. I don't know whether to alter mine, because if I alter that to match this, it's going to throw all the calculations out. So let's alter mine. So let's move it over. It looks like about 4 pixels. So about 4 pixels over. Where is it? This is it here. So we want to go over about 4 pixels. So if we say 6, maybe 6. I'll try 6. Tell you what, let's try 5 pixels. So we're going to move this up 5 pixels. And this over 5 pixels. And this over by 5 pixels. Oh, was it? No, minus 5 pixels. So we've done that wrong, so undo those two. So we're going to come down 5 pixels, so 35, and this one needs to be down by 5 pixels, 43. Right, let's see if that I did want it lining up with these, but doesn't matter. On the real one, they haven't got them lines anyway, so don't know why we got them lines, but anyway, let's bring this out. No, it's too much. And we need to change colour as well. Something needs to change colour. Oh, it just goes off. It's quite a fiddly 10 pixels thing. So it's not quite right. So we need to go out what looks like 2 pixels out. 2 pixels, so we've gone too far. So let's come back to 95. And we want to go back to 3 and back another 2. No, forward 2 to 7 and forward 2 to 5. Right. Yeah, this is a lot of work for a little. It's got to be done, I suppose. Right, let's have a look. Oh, what have I done? That's no good. Have I gone the wrong way? Have I gone the wrong way? So I need to go. I don't think anything's changed, has it? Right, so I need to go that way a bit. Say 3 pixels. I don't know what's going on here. So 3 pixels over, so 8 and 6. 3 pixels back, so 4 and 2. Trial and error. So Andy, I think I'll take my switch. I'll take a couple of switches. I've only got 2. I'll take this box. Take this thing with me. This actually, there's the other ones in there. Take that. Take the antenna rotator. This will bring a few laughs. This thing will. Take this thing with it. They'll say, "What's that? That's not an aerial." So we'll take this. What else can we take? Oh yeah, we can take this. Take that as well. Oh, upside down. There you go. Take that one. Oh yeah, we can take a lot of stuff. Forgot half the stuff we could take. Oh, it's all falling down. Help! I'm being attacked by 3D print. Shit. I'm gonna have to have a tidy up in here. Definitely gonna have to have a tidy up in here. What else we got? The lollipop. The lollipop. We're gonna resurrect this one day. We can take the lollipop. The lollipop. I still want to make this with the Ampro Whips 7-band fan dipole. Yeah. So yeah, I could take it all. With a rotator. I don't know. There's that. What else we got to take? Oh yeah, we got this. We got this cobweb antenna, which I never installed yet. Center fed cobweb, hex cobweb antenna. Could finish that off, or could take that down. I don't know. I don't know. What else we got? Anything else? No, I think that's about it, isn't it? To take me Amiga 2000 case. That'll be a bit weird to show people, I think. What's that got to do with amateur radio? I could take this down. I could take that down as well. I've got a LiPo 4 battery, so it's getting warm. That is pretty warm. That. So what else? I don't know. That's about it, isn't it? Have I made anything else? God knows. Yeah. Okay. Right. So we've got a bit of stuff to take if we want to. We need to start filling a box. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be all panic when it. Well, it doesn't start till 12, is it? I don't know. I don't know if I ought to email him, say, look, can I bring a little table down? He might say, bugger off. Right. Anyway, where did we get to? Let's have a look at this. Okay. So I can't tell. Is that about right? I could do with zooming in. Can I zoom into this? I don't think I can. What do you reckon? Is that encompassing? Actually, the best way of finding out is to put the stroke back on. Put the stroke onto, I don't know, let's say 3. And see if it lines up with it. It should be, because it's only a pixel wide, it should sit between the red either side if it's spot on. Should do. No, I can't quite see it. See that? There's more red this side than there is this side. So, no. I don't know if that tells me anything. It starts there. Oh yeah, it starts there. Because it's 3 pixels, it starts there, then it puts one behind and one in front. That's definitely not quite in the right place. That's probably a bad idea, really. I should make that the same. Make that 1 pixel and see if it lines up over. If it hides the red, then it'll be right. If it doesn't hide the red, then it needs adjusting a bit. Attention to detail, see. The problem is, if I don't do it now, it'll never get done, see. So yeah, you can see it's. I can still see red. I can't see it too much behind that one. But that one we can. So I need to bring that over a pixel, that side. Yeah, that's okay there. Probably the height is not quite right. Need to move it up. Need to go 1 pixel up and 1 pixel over. Let's do that then. Right, so 1 pixel up, so we need to go to 20. Yeah, that should do that. Then 1 pixel over, so we start at 99. Come over by a pixel. I think that'll do it, and the rest can stay where it is. Excuse me. Couldn't stop that one. Right. I want to go onto a mountain with me portable setup, with me mag mount and me Ampro antenna whips. But I don't know where I can go where you won't get accosted and told to move on. Right, so just about see. I think this line must be semi-transparent in it. We need to make this line not semi-transparent. It's because it's showing through it, so it's sort of there, isn't it? Yeah. So I think that lines up good enough with it, and it's snapping to the grid. So it does 10 kilohertz shifts. Okay, and we can go smaller. We need to stop it going too small, depending on the mode. And that obviously can't go like that. Let's try the width on this one. So we're on the width now. Let's see how far we can go. So you can't go too far, but we need to go on the shift. Put the shift back where it's supposed to be, somewhere like that, onto 0. Go onto width and open the width up. Okay, so it sort of shoots up at one side. That's weird. It does go right narrow though. Goes right narrow, and it goes. So that does something strange when you go to. It limits. Hang on, I'm on the wrong bit there. So I can see what it does now. When you're in upper sideband, it clamps the left hand side and only lets the width expand on. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, it only lets the width expand. Yeah, I can see what it's doing. Right, so we probably need to mimic that. And if I was to go on to mode, hang on, that's not it. How do you get mode on this thing now? I forgot. Mode, lower sideband. I think if I go into the shift, the width is still shifted over. Right, it doesn't seem to affect it. That's weird. Unless my shift is in the wrong place. Probably my shift is in the wrong place. Yeah, let's just center the shift. Center the shift. Go back onto width. Right. Okay. Oh yeah. No. I think it's just because I was shifted. So I'm centered. Hang on. Where's the shift? How'd you switch the shift off? Right. There's 0 shift. Okay. So I'm offset to one side with the width for some reason. Oh, yeah. So it does go off. I don't know why it does that. That's weird. Right, let's bring it back to the middle, and then we'll change. So if I come out of it, then go mode up, right, upper sideband. Oh, it might be doing it off the band. I don't know if it's taking any notice. Let me go to 740 meters. Right, I'm on lower sideband. Now we'll do the shift. The width. It's still only doing the right hand side. Why is that then? Doesn't seem to matter which. Has anyone else noticed that on the width? Clamps the left hand side of the trapezoid, and it only moves the right hand side past the boundary. I don't get that. So on my 710, when I'm doing the shift, so if I bring that, hang on, if I'm like this and I shift it, yeah, so when I'm like that, and then I may alter the width, this width, say if it starts out here like that, when I expand it, that side will only go to the left. It'll only go lined up there. But this, if you the more you drag, it goes over this way. So I don't quite. It sort of shows you this kind of thing. It's sort of like that. It clamps this side, and is that normal for the shift to go over like that? Let's see what happens on the width. Hang on, let's go width. So it's totally different on the 891. It just moves center to center, but there is no backdrop to it. So I'd say that was a glitch with their software, maybe. So I've got the shift there. That's showing you the shift is actually a much smaller thing. Right, so the shift is a smaller system. So when I go to shift, it's altering a smaller trapezoid here. But my width is showing me the width. Yeah, it's all a bit weird, isn't it? Every control looks like it was designed by somebody else. Like the shift. I suppose you need to be able to shift it though. Yeah, so if it's I'm shifting here, I can't shift it enough. So it needs to shrink it down like something like that. So you can shift it. But then you can shift out of the width. You can't do that in reality. No, I don't know. Let's have a look. Go back to width. And the width just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, maybe I'm overthinking that. So it's different on the 891 than it is on the 710. Okay, so you got your width and shift. But I just don't know why it only shifts the right hand side of the width from the center frequency. It shifts both ways until it gets to the end of the trapezoid background, and then it just shifts the one leg. Yeah, that's a strange thing. But when you go from lower sideband to upper, I'd expect it to swap the other side, but it doesn't. That's a weird one. I don't know if that's a bug or just it's supposed to do that. Anyway, we'll have to ignore that. Right, it's worth seeing how the real one works. I've not really used it. So when we're doing the shift, it needs to probably, I think I need to superimpose another rectangle here as the shift. When I'm dragging the shift, it needs to show you where you are, but then you've got your width control. So imagine you've got a little trapezoid in here, then when you drag it, it's moving it across. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. All I can do is maybe that's why it was clamping it to 1,000. I don't know. So when you're doing a shift, it looks something like this. But these need to be left behind, don't they? So when I'm dragging the shift, I basically need to drag a different object. That needs to be a different fill there on top, so you can drag it there. Then when you do your width, it's a different shape or colour that you're dragging the width off. But if you shift it right over here, say if I was to shift it here, and then I was to make the width smaller, it would have to pull it back with it, would it? I don't know. Or can the width be out of shape of the band pass? I don't know. Anyway, overthinking it, but need to think about it. So needs to only give you the ability to drag within its capability. So probably these need to do their own thing. Now we've put this background in, that's fixed. So that's the default setting. I think we can take off the red now, can't we? Let's take off the red. Just make it 0 stroke for now. Anyway, we sort of constrained it a bit. We've got the shift doing the right thing. Now the shift. So the shift. See, on the 710, the shift moves the whole thing around. It's different on the 891. It's a much smaller trapezoid in the middle. So I can shift it all the way one way, minus 1200 Hertz, and I can go all the way right 1200 Hertz. So that shift needs to probably do the same on there. So when I'm shifting it here, actually needs to stay the same width. It needs to stay a fixed width. Yeah, so that's what I've got to start with on here. So then I shift it and it's just keeping it. Alright, that's keeping it like that. But then if I alter the width, does it alter the... Hang on. Right. Yeah, so if I alter the width, then go back to the shift. Ah, I got you. Yeah, so it is represented. Yeah. Yeah. So I can go all the way left, and I can I go all the way right? Yeah, all the way left and right. And I can change the width to minimum. That's the minimum width. I go back to the shift. I can go all the way left, all but a few pixels, and all the all the way right, all but a few pixels. And then if I change the width, bigger, I can only go bigger one side. That must be a glitch. It's got to be a glitch, hasn't it? That's got to be a programming glitch. I don't see why they'd go to the one side more on the width than the other one. I don't know. There must be a reason for it, or it's a glitch. Don't know. It goes from 3000 Hertz width to 4000, but the left hand stays where it is. So if I go like that, if I go to 4000, then I go back to shift. Hang on. Oh, I can actually shift it. Right, so it depends on where I can shift it way over. That's weird. Right, I can shift it to minus 1200, and I can go all the way to 1200 the other way. So what is weird is, yeah, the scale is different. So I think, so the shift and the width are all related to each other. Right, so the width like that. If I go all the way minimum, I can go all the way. I can't actually go all the way over there and over there. Let's try it on the real one. So I'm going to do the shift. I can go. Well, I can actually go all the way over, but my field of view is limited. I've got more one way than the other. That's weird. I'm on lower sideband. It doesn't seem to make any difference. I don't get that. Anyone know? Don't get it. I can on the real one. I can shift. So if I go like this, hang on. Put the shift in the middle. Bring it back to here. I can basically shift all the way. It stops about there, and on this one it lets you go all the way over. This is a wider shift this side than there is that side, so I don't know. Anyway, we've got to decide on something. Right, so yeah, I don't know. It gets clamped, doesn't it? As long there's a disconnect from the physical location and the value. So if I do that and I go all the way minus, it should go to 1200. If I go all the way plus, it doesn't quite get to because of the width of this is stopping it. But we need to carry it on to 1200, so we'll have to sort that out. But why would you have a shift outside of the... I don't think you can. Right, let's narrow the shift down. Hang on, that's the width I need to mark. Oh, I'll keep doing the level instead. Infuriating them controls are. Right, so I can shift to the end and I can shift to the end. I can only shift within. Yeah, so if I have to, once I'm narrower than the standard default width, I can only shift within. Now if I change the width to the same or bigger, then I go to shift. I could shift it outside. Right, so what I do is I can only shift it to there and to there while it's narrow like that. But if I open it up like this, I can shift out of it. So it's just a representation, it's got to be. Right, anyway, so that seems to do the same thing. Fair play. Now the notch. Let's see what the notch does. Go into notch. So notch on. So that's just moving the V all the way over up to 200, and the bottom of the V is on the bottom of here. So see if I go to default, the notch goes all the way. That goes all the way up to there on the real one. So mine doesn't actually go, but so the V is in mid flow in there. Right, I can go all the way back. So right, it stops. Oh, it stops on the inside this time. So it stops at 10 Hertz. Won't let you go to 0. And it goes all the way up to 3200. So that stops about there, 10 Hertz short of the 0, and then here it goes all the way up to that point there. I don't think we're going to worry about that as long as we can get the range on it. So the notch, somewhere in the DSP, all these things have to marry up. So it's possible to have a width with a notch outside the range. Now what happens if I go to width and change the width? So my notch is outside the range now. And then if I go back to notch and try and move it, I'm outside the range of the width. So you can go outside the range of the width. Yeah, you can. You can go all the way back to the default. So when I alter the width there, this is able to be dragged outside, and I can't do it on this one. So I need to be able to still drag that out. So it needs to be independent. They need to be with reference to this one. But what happens when I move the notch? If I shift away, will it let me go further with a notch? Let me try it. No, I can shift away like that, but this notch will only ever go to there. Won't, but mine keeps on going. Yeah, so yeah, very complicated. I'm trying to do more than one thing at once. So I want to make some notes of all this, really. Right. Just have a listen to the audio a minute. Of course, I went quiet then. Right. So we've got. So the shift. See, that shift is on now. So go to the off. That looks like it's in the middle. Notch up is off. Now width to. See, that should go off now, shouldn't it? But it only goes off when we get to there. So I need to say to it, yeah, so my width setting, if I go back to width, where's the default width? I won't know until I shift it back again. I'll shift it back, go on to width, shrink it, shift it over into the middle of the default width, make the width bigger, shift it across. That's a weird lot, isn't it? Hey, notch. They must have had some fun on when they worked on this, the old Yaesu software developers. Probably been easy to make them all separate, but you have to give them constraints then. I don't think it's as clever as it, you know, it's not. When you change width of one, it should. Does it gather the rest within? Mine puts them in. So if I put the notch, hang on. So if I put the notch down here and I shrink the width, it pushes it over, but doesn't do that on the real one. So it sort of leaves it where it is. But then if I narrow it down, if I was to take it out and put it wherever it was, when I dragged it, it wouldn't come with. I'll just leave it. But that's the way it does it. Right. It's a bit of an headache. So I'll tell you what, that's going to need more work on it at some point. Right. So what I'm going to do is, we've got a notch work. Yeah, we still haven't sorted out why we can't go to lower than 1,000. So right, let's leave the UI for a minute. We've made some improvements there. We realise our limitations on it. So what we're going to do now is find out why on our drag, looks not like we're using canvas height anymore. Let's find our notch drag. So you got your notch there, notify. So when we set the notch frequency internal, don't know what that's all about. Notch frequency step. Let's see if we can see any values that's setting it to 1,000 or 100. So we've got our notch frequency minimum 10 and it's times 10, so that'll be 100. So that's not the reason. You got a step. Right, okay. Anything else to do with notch? Notch frequency. That's 10. Notch state, notch enabled, notch frequency. Notch visual depth, don't know what that is. Snap to pixel, snap to step, set width, set notch frequency internal. So value equals snap to step, minimum 10, set snapping it. Yeah. Then we're going notch frequency max. Oh, so snapping to the step. Minimum, maximum, step. That's fine. If notch is equal to the value, return. Don't send out a cat command if it's already the same value. I don't mind it sending another one, really. I don't mind it sending the same one twice. Oh, unless it's going to fire this every time. Yeah, so it only wants to send a change. So it's doing the notch frequency and notch freak. It's two different ones. Why is it doing two? So notch frequency and notch freak. Don't know why I've got two. Why would you have two? Right, so we need to go to this over here, because this is your on value, on UI changed. Oh, on property changed, hang on. That's a different one. Go to the definition. Right, invoke, property change args, property name, property change invoke, calling member name. Right. This is where it gets a bit abstracted away, so I can't understand it. AI can understand what's going on here, but human, different. So it's doing a invoking the change in the name. So where's it doing property change event property name? Alright, so let's go back. So ultimately it comes out at this routine here, I value change. I don't know how it gets there. U value changes plus equal, there's the event. UI control. That must be getting fed into something here. Somewhere it's getting fed in. There must be something that sends it over somewhere. Don't know how it's doing it from this one. I need to know where it's doing it actually. So we loaded a calculate the place, draw the visual trapezoid, on property change. That's the width and the notch, set internal, on property changed. I don't know, it's doing it in a weird way, non-standard way it's doing it. But it does work, but it's doing it in a non-standard way. The normal way of doing a user control is similar to this, where you have a root dependency property and you look for the change in the dependency property. So add a value change, on child edit state change, whenever any child turns its scroll wheel. So it sets is editing on frequency changed. So that's looking at a dependency property. Child digit changed. Yeah, so there's not much going on there. That's basically, we're just telling it this function. Let's find all references this, because somewhere it must have been defined. So it's only defined there. Right, UI value changed, user control. Go to definition. Right, action. It's making an action. Property. Yeah. So there's your action, which is basically calling a function. So it's calling that function, but when? There's no reference to it. There's got to be a reference to it, hasn't there? There's your event, and I don't know where it's registering that. I can't see it anywhere else. It's registering there when the UI value is changed. Right, so where find all references. Ah, here it is. So there's your original one, and you've got, right, so you're invoking a function shift value. So you're sending it to shift and shift value, which is probably in this list somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so that's how it's linking from the UI value change, is where it's sending it. So what have we got here? That's the shift, and we've got notch. Don't think we're doing a notch. Update the thumbs position. So we've got the shift, updating the UI value change. The thumbs, width thumb, we're doing a value change. Noise blanket, we're doing a value change. The notch thumb, I've got a feeling we're not doing it. Oh, we are. We're doing it twice. Yeah, once for enable, so we are doing it. Okay, this is how it's linking from here over to this file, just to separate it. So, if that's the case, it's coming straight over, where it's being constrained. Update the thumb positions, update the waveform. That's fair enough, but what's clamping it to? It's working some maths, visual depth, notch badge. That's all working out. Set notch enabled. This is all the UI stuff when you're dragging it. Okay, that's your visuals. Right, so your math round. So somewhere between there and sending the value to the frequency. So we need to find out what notch frequency is. So let's just right, I've somehow brought the cable for the radio right in front of the microphone. Don't want to do that. So console, right line, let's just say NCH equals right line, and we'll have this value here. Let's just see. I need to see whether it's trying to send it. Is it clamping the notch value here to 1000, or is it doing it somewhere else? So we'll have a look. Let's run it up. I wanted to move on to the contour bit, but yeah. 1 hour 50 minutes. Right, so we'll put a stop on the send, and I'll just widen this up so we can work on it. Bring the notch down. Right, so I'll move it around. Right, it's not stopping, is it? Where's my console print? It's not doing it. That's weird, isn't it? Weird as hell. So it's not actually getting implemented. I don't see a notch NCH equals anywhere. Oh, there it is, sorry. It is there. Couldn't see it. Oh. Got some interference. Right. So widen that up to there. Bring the notch down over to there. Turn off the send. Move it. Ah, there it is. 1960. We come down. 1810. We can't see it anymore. 1410. 1250. 1130. 1010. 1020. 950. So it is trying to come down, isn't it? So it's going below. Ah, it is going below, but it's setting it to. So it's doing it elsewhere. The problem is, yeah, down to 360. Now if I make them wider, and drag this notch. Hang on. Why do I look like I'm in FM? I'm in FM mode. How did I get to FM mode from that? I don't remember setting FM mode. Right. Right, so let's just go again. It's gone off the screen. There's too much going on. Right, so uh, 530. So it is going below. 530. Right, so it is going below. So this bit is okay. Right, so we don't need that there. It's working. So we next need to go to this bit here. So this is it. So it won't be notch enabled, it'll be notch frequency, scale hertz. So maybe it's this one. So it's already been scaled, isn't it? Oh, I don't think we're using scale hertz anyway. Let's take that out of the system a minute. So we'll go notch frequency straight in. Right, let's just see what happens now. Doesn't make sense. Maybe it's something to do with that scale hertz. Right, let's go over to here. Let's open that up as much as we can. I'll turn off the send. Oh. Right, I've just taken it off, haven't I? Okay, so I've just taken it off, so I'll put a little command in there. Right, we'll do that there so we can see what's going out. I know whether to get some cards made with, you know, half Greek geek on. Point to the website and then make a world and all that lot. Give them out. Don't know. What do you reckon? Give them out. Right, turn the send off. So notch 14. I saw it there. 14. 109. 120. 930. So it's gone below 1,000. 770. Let's go full. 480. So it is going below 1,000. So all the way down. Notch 10. Yeah, that's it. Well, let's just go into notch. 100 Hertz. So it's on 100 Hertz for some reason. Let me just move that up there. So it's going up. It's all right. It's gone up to 3,200. It's coming down. The V's moving down. That stopped at 1,000. Stopped at 1,000. And when I go lower, it's going up and then down to 1,000. So there's something. So if my cat command, so I'm asking it. What am I asking it? Oh, set it to 1. Yeah, so hang on. Right, let's go a bit lower. So 310 and all the way down is 10. 100 Hertz, 10 times 100 Hertz. Right, what can I go to on the notch myself? I can go down to 10. So it's got obviously going 10 times 10, 100. But I can come down to 10 Hertz. So the calculation's not right there, it's blocking it. And it's blocking it the way it's calculated it. Right, so we can sort that out though. So what concerns me is I want to see if the notch value is sending 350 times 10. times 10. So no, it can't be 350. So it's below 1,000. Oh, it's sending the actual value. Yeah, I know what it's doing now. It's sending the value of hertz, but it needs to be not in hertz. It needs to be but it seems to work when you go this way. So it's sending 177 times 10, 1770 hertz. That's right on the screen. And we got 104, which is 1040 hertz. You come down here and you got 1000 hertz, and the value is 100 times 10 1000. And then we're going down even more. We're getting question marks now. So we've got 160, yeah, 1600 hertz. So it's it's doing crazy stuff. I think it's going up. So if we get to there, hang on, get to 920. Hang on, let's go to there. What we got? 990, and it set me to 1000. So go for a bit more. 1130, 11113. Then it adds a 0 to it. Okay. So if I come down, I've got 1080. 1050. So the notch is 1050. Oh, you can't do that. Sorry, no, it's not 1050. Sorry. That's the enable bit. Oh no. No, it is. That's the frequency. It shouldn't be like that. Oh, that's the frequency, but it needs to send it as 105. Yeah, it is sending it at the right value there. So come down another notch. Just scroll down. 990. So that's the frequency. It's sending us 990. That's wrong. Sending, if it's below 1000, it should be sending 990 times 10. There's no such thing. So it's not doing the right digit there. Come down a bit more. So 880, and it's sending 880. And I'm stuck on 1000. I don't know. It seems like it's not doing the right digit. So the 880 is the right value there, but it needs to send it, take 10 off it. No, it needs to divide it by 10. That's what it needs to do. Scale hertz is 10 plus in notch divided by 100 times. Right, so I think if I just divide it by 10, it's already snapping it. So if we divide it by 10 and then send it, let's see what happens. Oh, hang on. I need to divide it by 10 there. Okay, let's give it a go. We're not doing it down there, no, that's fine. Right, let's see what happens. You can't send it, you've got to send it divided by 10. We're timesing it by 10 just for the display. Right, so if I go, I'll just open it all the way, bring that down here, turn the stop off, drag it once. Right, I've got 77. It's sending 077. And that's 770 hertz. And it's lowering down for 360 hertz. 26, so I've got 26 260 hertz. all the way down to the bottom. I've got 10 Hertz. 1, 10. It's working now. That's working. So I go the other way. Is this going to affect the other way? So I got 167. So 1670 Hertz. The default is 1600. Yeah, I've got 1600, and I go all the way up to the top. 32, and I come down 1. 33. Yeah, that's working now. Okay. Right, that's working. So let's get rid of that rubbish. So the notch frequency, it's been sent. It's the right value for the UI, but it's not the right value for sending out back. So the notch frequency, do I need to do the delta? No, I don't need this anymore now. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that function we created the other day. I'll get rid of that after as well. Right, so we're updating the thumb's position and we're updating the waveform. Right, set notch enabled. Working out the map. We're timesing it by 10 somewhere. Where are we timesing it by 10? Or is it the fact that this is putting it out? Maybe that's putting it out. I need to tidy all this stuff and thin it out, get rid of the dross. So we've got that. Then we're going to pull this down. We've got our 330 Hertz 10, and it's snapping to it, and it goes all the way up. Yeah. So when you widen it, it does the same thing. That's it. Calculates it nicely. Because it's basically needs to know the position where you're at. So it can be 10 Hertz of the width, I think. Anyway, it's sending out the. It's giving me the value here, but the value needs to be divided, so I'm having to manually divide it. So it is working, but I don't really want to manually divide it at the point. At this point here, I don't want to do a manual divide. I only want to send the value. It's not updating any UI at this point, it's just where it intercepts it. The UI has been taken care of here. Set the notch frequency and turn. Let's have a look at what that does. It notches the step in 10 degrees. And it changes those two, so it's none of those. Set notch internal enabled. Don't know what that is. Oh, enables it, right. Update the thumbs, update the waveform, and the badge it's updating with the notch frequency. Then it's sending the notch frequency. That's what we need for the display, but then we need to divide it by, just divide it by 10 there. Divide, if I could spell, divide by 10 as cat command needs it this way. That'll do. Okay, so we'll divide it by 10 there, so we can get the divide. We don't need, we no longer need that, and we don't need the divide there. That's all we need to do. Okay, so that's a working notch. Working notch. And it's sending the right values to the radio. Now, Okay, so let's bring that down. So it doesn't matter where you do it, if you bring it to the minimum, he's on 10 Hertz, the radio is, and the maximum he's on 32. In the middle, he's on 0. No, he's not. Now he's on 0. It doesn't quite line up to that. I'm going to have to alter that slightly. That's on off. Where it's on, the notch is on, but it's in the centre. And you want it off, you just take it up. Now the notch is off. So it's possible. That's the wrong one. So it's possible to switch the notch, to drag the notch to where you want it, and switch it off. It says 12 30 Hertz, but notch is off. Okay, so it's sort of working. Now this, it hasn't got a degree of notch. There's no such thing. So when we drag it, we just want to flip it from down to up. So we just need it to be there or there. But it can be left there, but you might want to you can leave it there, but you have to switch it off like that. Or we can have a button, a toggle button like that. Notch on and off. At the minute you drag it up. So do we need to drag it up, or should we just have it fixed? You drag it around. How do they do it? Let's have a look. Notch. So it's just if you switch it off. It's just turn it off and it disappears. Okay, so we're going to change that then. At the minute, this thumb, there's a triangle thumb which you grab hold of to drag it. Basically, it just needs to enable it and move it around. Now, I don't know whether the S710 has got a variable notch. I don't think it has. Maybe there is a notch value in the setting. Let's have a look at the 710's main menu. Has it got anything to do with notch? See if it's got anything to do with notch value. I think it has, hasn't it? Got a notch, something or other, minimum or something like that. Noise blanket, rejection and level. Right, okay, it's not the same thing. Can't see it. SSB, contour, level, width, IF notch, width, wide. Okay, so you got wide and narrow. Okay, so there is a separate notch, wide and narrow. Okay, I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the thing for that. I think that's all you can do on that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to do with the notch. So you can set it wide and narrow. So, so dragging up and down has got no real thing. Right, let's go to the menu on the 710. Operation settings. RX DSP. IF notch, width narrow, wide. So you've got the same setting on there. Mine was set for narrow for some reason. Oh, no, set for wide. Yeah, so it looks like you've got the same thing, yeah, on both radios. So obviously for a notch, so pretend that's the notch enabled, so make that appear and disappear. But then you need a width Need to set the width as well, which is on a different cat command. Yeah. So at the minute we're not using some of these buttons, so we need to add some more buttons. So do we just drag it and then make it turn off, or do we just have a button down here? So really all we should do is drag this left and right. But if we change from narrow to wide to narrow, this needs to reflect it actually. It's a good idea. So if I go back up to the notch, where has it gone? IF notch width, I'm on wide. So if I come out of it and go notch, it hasn't changed the graphic. So it's still a little V. Right, what about on the 710? That's still a narrow graphic. Alright, so it doesn't change the graphic. So the graphic itself stays the same, and it's a much steeper curve than that. So whether we have a, yeah, let's have a button. This needs to be fixed, so when I drag down, it just needs to, it needs to be that, the same as that, so you can drag it. Right, okay, let's have a look at the thumb for the width thumb down the bottom. Right, so the thumb width, size west east, so that's the same for the notch. Let's change that. Oh, we haven't set it. That must be the default cursor, so we'll change that to size west east. Well, add that to it. Notch handle style. Hang on, go to definition. Right, okay. We'll leave that alone for a bit. Right, so give it a size, so that should only... Now we need to... Hang on. Notch. Yeah, we need to go to the notch drag. Notch drag routine. Is this the notch drag? Yeah. So we only want to drag, we want to snap it. We want to drag, we want to snap it. Snap it to the bottom. Shift the pixels left and right. Half height. Thumb width. Get the left. So the bit where we're setting top, get top. There's the get top. Clamp to -9. Clamp top. -9. So double clamped off, peak, max, target center Y. Right, don't know what that's doing. Has on off but no depth parameter. Right, okay. Set the notch enabled, disabled. Alright, so what's that doing? Let's have a look at that. Oh, it's actually executing a state. Right, okay. The notch visual depth enabled. Equals enabled. What is this doing? This is weird, isn't it? And then it's go minimum, maximum, clamp top, Notch badge on off. Right, so yeah, so if it's enabled, then it does this. This is what happens if AI writes the code for you. You don't actually understand it from there on. Let's tidy this up a bit. Let's tidy this up so we can understand it. Human readable code. Okay, so it's setting the maximum from the minimum. Returns a larger of 2 double precision floating points. Parameter 1 value, parameter 2, whichever is larger or both are equal to is returned, right? Notch value depth. Where's it using that notch value depth? Don't know where it's using that. It's certainly not using it down here. Oh, it might be in here. This is what happens with AI. It's made it into a crazy tracking. The human brain will simplify it. The AI doesn't care less. Notch value depth, there it is. So this update the thumb's position. Notch value, right. Don't know whether to give it to AI. Tell it just to. Doesn't have a depth, just has a visibility property. Oh, I don't know. Right. Could give it to AI, I suppose, but it might make a hash of it. So we've got this section here, the manual notch section. It's just this bit here and this bit here. So notch ratio. I could tell it it's fixed. The cat for it has not changed merely because the visual. The thumb is usually clamped, but the cat value remains the value supplied by the radio. Yeah, don't understand all this C coding. Right, so what we're going to do, we'll have to involve AI in this. Right. There we try it. Let's give it the code, let's give it the files. See if it can make a mess of it. So you want those two there. I might ask it to simplify it as well. I might ask it to take out. Yeah, we'll ask it to simplify it. So it's C#, Windows Presentation Foundation, Framework 4.8. Please, could you, where's the could? Please could you concentrate. Of course I can't spell. Concentrate on the notch sections. I would like to just have the notch V set to baseline and not drag up and down, only drag side to side. Could you clean up the code for the notch, as I suspect, how do you spell that? Can't spell. Suspect most of the code will not be needed. So to be sure, the notch needs to be a fixed size V that I can only move side to side. I also need to make it visible only when enabled. I will take care of, better not say too much, it'll start going crazy. So explain what you will do for me. Jesus Christ. What's it doing now? To achieve your goal, we need to modify the notch section so that it locks the notch V to the baseline y equals peak y, or a fixed baseline, instead of dragging up and down vertically. Only allows side-to-side dragging, horizontal across the frequency range, is visible only when enabled, hiding completely when disabled. Cleans up redundant code, removing vertical depth calculation and offsets and tracking variables that were used for the vertical drag action. What I will do for you: clean up the XAML, remove the vertical tracking, or modify logic for the notch thumb where it could move up down. Keep the notch path and notch thumb driven entirely by horizontal positioning, canvas left, while its vertical position, canvas top, is permanently pinned to the baseline. Code behind cleanup: strip out notch visual depth and any logic dealing with vertical change inside notch drag delta. Simplify the set notch values, update the thumbs so that the notch thumb only updates its X coordinate based on frequency and its Y coordinate remains locked to the baseline. Ensure visibility is cleanly controlled solely by the notch enable property. Update a snippet. Ensure your notch XAML markup has fixed vertical position. Clean up the code for notch handling. Update positions not inside the notch. Simplify. Right, it's done too much now, hasn't it? Could you give the full updated code? Right, so let's just have a quick look through it, see if it's killed anything. Looks okay so far. Has it changed the notch? Where's the notch thumb? Notch thumb. Yeah, it's kept it like that. Well, I think I set that anyway. Right, so I've lost it now, haven't I? Shit, where have I gone? Right, that's the code behind. Oh no, it's massive, isn't it? Right, there's the XAML. Right, so go to the XAML, select all, paste. Okay. Go to the code behind. Where are you? Code behind, here it is. Go copy that. Select all. Paste. No errors or weirdness. Let's build it. Alright, succeeded. Let's give it a run. See what's gone on with it. Right, so we stretch that to whatever we want it. So I can't drag it down. Let's put a little V in. Okay. So as you turn it off, I've got to do that myself, and let's turn the send. Let's see if it's going along. Yeah, it's a V, moving the V. Yeah, it is. 10 Hertz all the way up to. Right, so it's not actually done to the baseline, is it? It's got a weird glow on it, but that's down to the. So you could just drag the notch, but I need that to go down to the baseline. Actually, that's actually changing. Listen. Can't switch it off, so I need to create a button. Okay, so contour doesn't do anything yet. So I need to switch that on and off visibly. Let's create a button. Right, there's no change in it. Well, there's no adverse effects, let's say. So what I'm going to do now is add an extra button here. Let's put a button in there. We'll call it notch button. Should we just call it a notch button? Yeah, notch button. It's a toggle button. It needs to say, I'll just say an NCH notch, or I should say notch. Let's say notch. Okay, its width is quite wide, so we don't want the width that wide. So we'll set the width. I don't know. Let's say 80. Too much. 50. 60. 40. There you go. Notch. Okay. Can turn the contour width down while we're here. So 660. Yeah, that'll do for that. The reset can be made smaller. Let's just sort them out to get more in the view. That can be smaller. Load can be smaller. Save can be smaller. Okay, don't know what these other ones are yet. We'll just leave them where they are for a minute. Right, so we want the notch. So the notch needs to go toggle button unchecked, so we need to go to the same thing, go to the definition. This is all about contour, isn't it? Right, so go back. Where's that toggle button? Content notch. Right, so I don't think we've used any of this yet, have we? No, so we need to have a tag value on it, I think. How's it doing it? Let's have a look. Toggle button unchecked sender is updating program. Toggle button, it's a toggle button. If button is contour button, there you go. So we can do an if statement in there. Okay, so let's do another if statement. Content to string false. So we could do an else if btn is equal to a notch button, and do this bit instead. Right, so on property changed. Yeah, we need to. I wonder if we can just do that. Notch enabled. Don't know if that'll work. Update the waveform. Need to hide it. Visibility. Name of notch enabled. So it's a toggle button. If button is not equal to null. This is AI's way of doing it. I got a different way of doing it, but we'll go with this for now. So we need to tell it it's visible based on the toggle check. Oh, unchecked. Sorry, there's one for checked and unchecked. So we've got one for checked. Yeah, that's okay. So we need to do the same down here. Over here. Right, so same again. So we need to do, if it's checked, we need to make it in A, visible. Make the notch control visible, which is, that's the notch thumb. And it's also got some stuff, graphics going on with it. So it's not the thumb we need to make it. Oh, we probably need to make the thumb invisible as well. Yeah, to declutter the UI. So first we'll make the notch thumb dot visible equals visibility hidden. Oh, if it's checked, it's visible. Visible if it's checked. and invisible if it's unchecked. Hidden, that does that, but also need to get to the section. So the notch section is here, the path. So we've got a name for it, notch path. Okay, should that be enough? Yeah, that should be enough. So we're going to make the notch path dot visibility equals visible, and then notch path visibility hidden. Okay, so let's see if it'll even do that. And we need to issue it a command. Unless it automatically fires it. I think it automatically fires it and executes the enable based on whether it's visible or not. We'll see. Okay, so let's just drag that to somewhere like that. We've got notch. Oh, it's showing that, but oh, it is yeah. So it is toggling it, so we've got the notch on, but we're in the wrong place. Oh, now it's in the right place. So what is that doing? Is it dragging it? It's still working, yeah, on the computer. So we probably don't need this thumb on it, really. Or could we just have a normal thumb like that? Yeah, we could probably just have a normal thumb. Just have the V. And it looks, the colour is, it's orange. The notch is actually orange, not red. So I'm hiding it, but it's not making it disabled. So we need to issue a command off that. So it's invoking UI changed, invoke the content. I don't know what that's doing. It should be doing something down here, enabled. Well, it's notch, label, border, visibility. Oh, that's the other icon. Yeah. So it's not firing this notch enabled. So fires notch enabled, so it should be. Somewhere there must be another one. So let's find the drag delta. We've already got code to switch it off somewhere. Right, so there's the notch drag, and it's executing. Set the notch internal, set the enable, automate enable. Right. Update. Right, so I think if we just set that down there, I'm not sure. Right, let's just see if we can set that. So on property change, notch. So that's not really doing anything, is it? Right, so we'll put that in there, see if that makes a difference. As well. Right, let's put that in there. Right. Let's just drag that there. Right, notch off. It's not doing anything. It's not executing the... that's doing the drag. Yeah, it's doing the drag okay, and it's visibly gone. It's not setting the notch to off. So that was a waste of time, wasn't it? Oh, unless it's got to be false. Hang on. That button checked, unchecked. Maybe I've got to set that to false. I don't know. Let's just quickly try it. I don't know what, I didn't write that function, AI did it. Don't know what it's doing. We'll have to have a look at it. Well, I don't think we need it. Oh, I'll keep going, cycling too fast. Right, so notch on, notch off. It's not doing anything. Yeah, it's not just turning it off. Right, so this is the problem where we got loads of stuff going on for no reason. So the property changed. I don't think property change is doing anything. So we're trying to on property changed. Oh, that's probably just setting the, yeah. No, I don't know what that's doing. Go to the definition, invoking. So it's trying to do something. Maybe the name's wrong. Yeah, it could be the name's wrong. Name of notch enabled. Alright, so notch enabled. See the name of notch enabled. Look, it's different. What's the problem with this? On value changed. So we've got the on value changed here. Function. Oh, that is the on value change function. It's having to trace it all the way back again there. So that's contour. That's no good. This one here. Set notch internal. Update the thumb position. Update the waveform. Invoke. Ah, here we go. Notch enabled. So we need to probably do that instead. Right, so we're going to go here. Right, U value invoke, notch enabled. So the state of notch enabled, I don't know. Right, so we need to make, what is that? Oh, it's a bool. So we could force that. We don't need. Does that get set though? So we could probably say notch enabled equals false. Doesn't like that. Why not? Oh. Get. Oh, you can't set it. You can only get it. Right. So, what is it? A toggle? Don't know. Probably won't do anything. Right, let's go back up here. So, invoke notch enabled. So, where's it telling me it's not notch enabled? I'll run it, but I think it's not going to do a blindest bit of difference. Unless it's a toggle. No, it can't. I don't know. Right, let's just try it. Alright. Notch on, notch off. Not make a blindest bit of difference. Yeah. Right, so I need to tell it that the notch changes state. So it's that variable's a get only. So it's obviously been controlled from somewhere else. Enabled. There you go. Let's go down the list. Notch frequency, notch state. That's a get set. So maybe we set notch state. That's a get only. Okay, so let's check. Find all references. Set notch enabled internal. If new state enabled, on off, notch state is equal to new state, return. Notch state equals new state on property. So why didn't that work? Notch state, notch enabled, so it's doing these two properties. What a bloody load of baloney, isn't it? Eh? Load of baloney. Baloney. There's no need for all this kind of stuff, what it's doing. So, new state. Notch state. Right, okay, I'll just directly check. Can't set notch state. What can I set? I can set notch state. Let's just set notch state. Right, okay. Let's go down the list, set notch state. Right. Vote notch enabled. So we're going to set notch state. Oh dear. Hang on. What has it done? So notch state is equal to that. Put that one back where it was. So we're unchecked, so it's off. Maybe this is how we do it. And on. Okay, let's see if that will do it. If it's even looking at the state, should do, I would have thought. Just a weird way of doing it. Convoluted, bloated way of doing it. Alright, so let's just drag that there, switch it off. Oh, it worked. That worked. It's switching the NCH off on the radio and the notch, so that's working. Okay, so we've done it that way. Let's make sure we're still, yeah, able to drag all the way up and down. Yeah. Okay. So now to need to make the graphics better for this. I think we just change that to a normal green one. Alright, let's change that to a green one. Okay, so notch, thumb. So right, I want the thumb to be notch handle state, so it just needs to be which is a normal, the width is just a wave handle style. go. Oh, they're both wave handle styles. That'll do. We'll get rid of the notch handle style. That's it. And I don't know whether we're going to see. Let's just try that. Whether we're going to see a V from it. Hopefully get rid of all the glow and the weird thing. Okay. So we've got this because it's disappeared, to put it back. Okay. So we've got that, and yeah, that's what we wanted. Yeah. Just needs to go down further. Right, so where is that bit drawn? So that is done up the top under the notch section, the notch path. There it is, I think. Yeah, we've got a drop shadow effect notch section. Yeah, we don't want the drop shadow effect anymore. Let's get rid of that. Right, it's red. I think we'll make it orange. Although we've got orange highlights. Maybe not too many different colours. We'll leave it red for now. So we need it to go down further. Start point. End point. It's not showing us where it is. Is that because it's collapsed? So to make it visible. There it is. And it probably needs to be with the thumb. So it sure to be with the thumb, really. Anyway, so we've got a point down here. It needs to go to 50. Maybe 51. That's it. No, it's too much. 50. What's that like? That's not bad, is it? Let's try that. Let's try that. We're getting there slowly. We're getting rid of the rubbish. AI is great for creating the thing in the first place, but then to speed it up, but you spend some other time messing around with it. Oh, what's happened to it? It's obviously setting it in. It's drawing it again, isn't it? Right, it's drawing it again. So we need to 50. So notch tip section. Find all references. Where is it? Go to definition. Where's my find all references? I've got no find all references. Okay, so notch tip segment. We'll find in files then, if you don't want to do it that way. Alright. Right, point V depth. Fixed depth downwards. 15. So it's not 15, it's 50. Don't know why it's trying to move the depth and recalculate. It just needs to shift it. Just needs to shift it. That's better. Oh, it's gone and done something else with it now. Right. Oh dear me. What's it done? So, notch enabled, sets the depth, Set point. Oh, it's doing the. We don't need to draw it again. We just need to move it. Right. Visibility visible. We don't need to do any of this. Tip point. Right. So let's not do any of that. Let's undo it back to where it was. Then not do any of this. Right. Let's also change its visibility there. We don't need to do it from there anymore. Let's see what happens. Don't need to do it from two different places. Oh. It's no longer tracking the. Yeah, we do need to do something with it, but not all of it. Needs to track it. So right, so the depth we don't need. Start point. Tip segment. Hang on. Notch tip segment. We don't need to do nothing with notch tip segment. Only the other bit. So we'll get rid of that, and we're going to oh, sorry, it does need to track with it, but not the depth. Peak Y plus depth. Okay, it's peak Y. Point, so it's going shoulder segment, shoulder segment. Sure, it just needs to move the whole thing, doesn't it? Right, so we just need to move the start, don't we? No, these are like relative points. Okay, so it needs to move it all apart from the tip segment. So point X, and this needs to go peak Y plus depth. Peak Y. So we're no longer going up and down, so peak Y should never change. Where's the peak Y coming from? Peak Y. This is overly bloated from AI. Right, so go to the definition. 20. Alright, so it's 20, whatever that is. Sure I set that there. I don't know. Peak Y 20. What have we got here? So we've got 20 to 50. So it needs to be 30. Right, let's set that to 30. See what happens. It's obviously it needs to move around with it, but the Y doesn't really change. Oh, it's altered this now. Yeah, no good. That's not the one. I thought I changed that once before. Baseline 320. Right, so plus the V depth. V depth fixed depth downwards. Half the width, fixed depth. What a load of crap. Notch section, right, let me give this the notch section. Okay. Alright, I'll give this could you I don't know what to say. Leave the tip, notch, pitch, tip, segment in place, not in place, depth as, oh god, forget it. I can't explain it to it. Right, so the start point, left shoulder. So your start point, and it's being changed everything, isn't it? So peak Y plus the depth, V depth. So we've changed that and it moved the whole thing down. And shoulder segment point. Right, so that's the tip section. We went down 30. So if we change that to 200, what happens? Does all that business. So we don't need this left section, do we really? No, we don't need that left section. Right, so let's get rid of that left section. Because notch, figure and the other one will be the same. Exactly the same stuff that's going on here. So we don't need that. We've got our 3 sections. That's our Y coordinate and our left. Because it's a new point, so it's probably going to draw it again. Yeah, it's going to redraw it, so it needs to redraw it, so it needs to know. So the peak Y plus the depth. So, but V depth is being used elsewhere. It's being used as an offset. Where else is V depth being used? Let's have a look. Find all references. Oh, it's only been used there. So in theory that should be able to be set to 30. I tried that before, didn't it work out wrong? Build errors. That's this check. I don't need to check that anymore because we've got rid of it. Ooh la la, we're not listening to any should be listening to right. Okay, that's something like what it was after, yeah. I'm not sure I like the little dot now. Right, so we can't drag up and down, we can only drag it on and off, and we can switch it off. That's good. So far, so good. Now, do I need a notch? Do I need a thumb on it? I suppose so. Yeah, because actually drawing this, it's just where it is a bit awkward, isn't it? 7-3 Andy. You haven't been watching all this time, have you, mate? Yeah. Catch you later, mate. Oh, it's 11:30. 3 hours, yeah, it is time to go soon. I'm on a roll though. I should be doing something else really. Right, so we got that working nicely. Default. Yeah. Yeah. Blooming hell. Right, so I don't like the dot and that V. And I think that needs to be orange. Let's make it orange. I've changed my mind. Let's make it orange. Orange. Yeah, I'll have it as orange. Stroke thickness is quite a lot. Do we need it that? No, we don't need it that big, do we? Right, okay. And it's the V's quite wide apart, isn't it? Okay, I don't know. We'll try it. Orange. Actually, we could drag it from the middle, couldn't we? We could drag it from the middle. Hang on. That's in the wrong place by default. Oh, it's a bit thin now, isn't it? Bit thin. Actually, the background is gone on the one here. The V is cut out of the background graphic. So if I have a closing section in the same colour, that's probably too much trouble, isn't it? God knows. There's a few problems. Anyway, we've been going 3 hours. Let's call it a day. We've got other things to do as well. You're right, Andy, you're right. Let's just call it a day. I've been going for 3 hours, so notch work. And we did say we were going to get a release out. Make a new upload. Yeah, I'm going to have some lunch and we'll come back after and we'll create a new release. Even though it's a beta, broken up release, we'll create a new one. Anyway, thanks for watching. 73. Bye for now. Catch you later. Ta-ra.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
That information is not available.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.